Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to BND Live, the Dungeons & Dragons live stream where a group of high school friends attempts to play Dungeons & Dragons remotely via the internet. With us, as always, we have Stephen as Finric the Monk, Tim as Twizzard the Wizard, Erin as Lily the Fighter, and Chris as Paelias the Cleric will be joining us shortly. I am Shawn, your ever faithful and humble DM, and this is BND Live.
Lily.
Oh, it's my Lily.
Repeat the Lily so I could actually.
Yeah, there's multiple Lilies.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Let's do a little recap, shall we? It's been a couple weeks. It was around 1 p.m. on Dalk. You were on the river Pika. And by 3 p.m., you decided to land on the eastern side, the country of Aland. And just started hiking east through the forest, following the compass. By 5 p.m. or so, Dalk evening, you had hit farmland, which happened to be the home of Karn, Di, and little Evie, who really took to riding around inside Mr. Bones. After some shenanigans there, you paid them some money, you discussed them some things, the local land, the baronies, and then you left in the morning after breakfast. So you headed towards the keep of Baron Sandir, who you spoke with and had lunch, and got some more information about the 12 baronies of a land. And you headed due east again after learning that Baroness Croft and Baron Wobbly live in semi-forested areas. You're basically trying to investigate and see if the scrying vision that Paelias had was in this area. After about 12 to 13 miles traveling in the forest, just going east, you set watch and went to bed. The next morning, DePaul, light mist is falling. You continue east, and you meet the ranger, Talon of the Mists, and his odd polar bear, Astaroth. You travel the whole day and cover about 24 miles, and you end camping. On Desal, after a bit, you got within sight of Croft's Keep after passing by some numerous farms, every one of which knew Talon waved. And that is where he bid you farewell. And I forgot to mention at the end of the episode, but I did after we cut. But yeah, you guys have all leveled up. So I think that's where we'll pick things up. So it's Desal around 1 p.m. And you've come so far about 45 or so miles into Alan. Baroness Croft's Keep is within sight. And what would you like to do?
I guess we'll just try to make our way to the keep. I mean, that's what we were planning on doing, right?
Yeah, that sounds good. I feel like we've got more energy than usual. I think I can make it.
To the keep.
All right. Yeah, you guys part ways with Talon and Astaroth, and you head a little bit north to get to this keep. And again, it is not, it's like the one that belongs to the Galdingers in Windbell, but well maintained. Not huge, but nice. Clearly, it's on a bit of a raised ground. You can tell that perhaps in olden days of war times, this might have been a nice refuge where you could see the land around, and so a keep was built, and so a keep has been maintained. And as you approach, the gates are open. There's various people. There's sort of like an impromptu little marketplace set up in front, where some people are haggling over squash and other vegetables, and you approach them, and they sort of look up and, oh, hey there. You folks looking
Good
for
looking.
someone?
You grow these squash yourself?
Aye, that I do.
Very nice looking.
I pride myself in my squash.
Do you grow different varieties of squash or just this type?
Are you looking for different colors?
Not in particularly, just out of curiosity, wondering what kind of squash grows in this region.
Delicious, hearty squash. Rix's squash. My name is Rix. Pleased to meet you. He reaches out his hand.
I jump in and say, "Hi, I'm Finric."
Oh, you sure are. Now, are you interested in squash too, or just your lady friend?
I'm mostly interested in the eating aspects of squash, not the horticultural aspects like my friend Lily.
Well, you come to the right place.
Excellent. Well, this is Lily.
Hi,
Shawn.
I'm Lily Galdinger, and I like to learn about the different regions of Centralia and what they are known for. And clearly, you are known for your squash.
Thought I am, miss. He sort of like dusts off his hand, which was a bit dirty when he shook Finric's, and he holds his hand out to you, Lily. And look at you! You've got quite the hair on you. And your friend. And, oh, another lovely. He sort of looks at Finistel, who's sort of behind the group. And, sort of disregards Paelias and notes Mr. Bones with a bit of a quizzical glance, but...
Yep, we all love squash.
As well you should.
Do you have 3 squash handy that I could investigate?
Of course, and he's like sort of... Do you have a preference in color?
One of each color, if you have.
He hands you sort of like a ruddy brown, a yellow, and then maybe a yellowish green, but it's got like the green is like in like little stripes along it.
Okay, I pick all 3 up, I face Mr. Bones and issue a mental command, and we start juggling between the 2 of us.
Give me a performance check for both you and Mr. Bones.
Oh, I need Mr. Bones' card.
I'm guessing it's either +0 or +1.
For me, it's 15.
15,
Mr. Bones, I guess I can just roll a d20.
Yeah,
and,
just roll a straight d20. I don't think it's gonna...
Mr. Bones is 11.
All right, yeah, no, you both managed to juggle. I mean, Mr. Bones' faults, you know, he's not quite as elegant as you, but
Misses some muscles.
some of the other farmers and sort of just people milling around looking at various vegetables sort of like gather and like sort of form a circle around you, and they're like, wow, look at that skeleton juggling. Oh, yeah. Never thought I'd see the day. Wow, look at that. Wow, look at that skeleton.
All right. I stop juggling, I conjure a hat, and I put it down on the ground. Thank you, everyone.
I sending stone people, and say like, "Hey, should we look at the compass?"
While you're thinking about that, 2 people do come up and they throw about a silver's worth of copper, about 10 copper, into your hat.
Yeah!
Dang.
I got 10 copper.
Yep. And Rix is like, "Huh? Are you folks traveling entertainers?"
We are now. This adventuring stuff is over. Now we can get rich and settle down. We were not entertainers. We are now, though.
Oh, you should inquire with the Baroness. She might employ you for a night of revelry.
Does she live in the forest?
No,
does
she lives
not.
in the keep right over
She
there.
lives right
Oh,
here.
I was facing the wrong way. I was looking at those trees. I turn around. Oh, okay, yes. Makes a lot more sense now.
He goes, tries to sell a squash to someone else. Oh no, he takes the squash back. Are you done with the squash?
Oh, yeah. Very nice squashes. These are fine squashes.
Oh, here. For the show, and he hands you the one with the sort of greenish stripe.
Add
Jealous.
to my
Yeah,
inventory.
you got a free squash out of that.
That was so worth it.
Sorry, what were you saying, Finric, before? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, it's okay. I was gonna sending some folks and be like, hey, should we look at the compass?
Sure, Mr. Twizzard.
Oh, I take a look at the compass.
How are you doing it?
Slyly. I
Yeah.
pull it out of my pocket and look at it.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Not as good. Alright. Well, okay, not very stealthily at all. I rolled a nat 1.
All right. Yeah, you give a little start when you hear Finric inside your head, and you're like, oh yeah, I should be looking at the compass. And you take it out of your pocket and you fumble it, and it drops to the ground. And you sort of go to pick it up. You take a look at it, and it is.
Broken.
Yeah, it's still. I mean, it's still basically due east.
Okay.
It's it's hovering a little bit. It's basically due east. It's not broken. Sorry, I just realized what you said.
Yeah.
No, this compass does not break easily.
Cool. Because I was thinking.
It doesn't look like it's pointing at this lady's house. Do we want to stop by anyway, or do we just want to run through her yard?
I think we should probably say hi. I mean, I already told the other Baron that I was going to be stopping by and asking about this land, this area. And maybe she could tell us what lies to the east.
Let's find out.
Alright.
All right, I guess we're walking to the keep.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, you sort of nod to the people and head up to the open gate, and you go inside. And again, there's sort of similar layout to Sandier's. Oh, hold on one second. We got a little Paelias action going on here.
Uh-oh.
I was just about to text him. Amazing timing.
Sorry for waiting.
Hello. I don't think you can hear me yet. Yeah, so it's basically the same layout as Sandier's. Maybe a little more. His was very you got the feeling from his that it was very, very down to business, very very to the point. There, the stables were very neat and tidy. The rooms themselves were neat and tidy. He had a place where he entertained you, a place where you ate. This place is a little more haphazard, but a little more festive. You can see some decorations that were maybe hung up for maybe some kind of party, but it's probably been a couple weeks. They're a little, some rain has come and gone, and they're maybe not quite as festive as they once were when they first put up, but they're still hanging there. The stalls could probably use a bit of a cleaning. But everybody seems really happy. You see sort of a scullery maid sort of run by. She sort of nods to you and goes in another door, and in general, everybody seems really happy around here. And you see a woman open one of the doors and come out sort of into the courtyard that you're standing in right now, and she's sort of got this red sort of blouse top, quite flowy. Some black pants, long brown hair braided down the back, and she sort of walks up to greet your group.
So I guess I step forward and I introduce myself. I am Lily Galdinger of Wesleyville, and I am here to see the Baroness, which you have an air of a Baroness. Would you be her?
I am the Baroness, and it's wonderful to have guests. And look at you, what a group you are. And she sort of looks you up and down, Lily, and sort of turns to Twizzard. Huh, a dwarf. From Torin?
I gave her the finger guns. You know it.
She sort of like looks over at Finistel, nods to Finistel, looks back at Paelias. And what brings all of you, as her gaze goes over to Mr. Bones, to my keep? And then her gaze sort of drops, because she is fairly tall. She's probably a little over 6 feet. And her gaze sort of drops to Finric, and she's like, what brings you here, especially?
Oh, hello. I am here with Miss Lily Galdinger.
Oh, are you with her?
Not as such.
Well, and she turns back to Lily. Are you... what? Come in. Where are my manners, please? And she sort of ushers you into a sort of inner room, and it's got sort of the same color. There's some same colors, decorations as you sort of saw around the outside, but they're like fresher because they weren't out in the weather. But it's still like she sort of like motions for you to sit at some chairs. There's a table over in one corner, and she makes herself comfortable in what looks like a very comfortable chair, but clearly the Baroness. It's like a throne or anything, but it's like it's a nice chair. And yeah, you all make yourselves comfortable in this very sort of large sitting area.
So I'll give the same story that I gave to Baron Sandier, essentially that,
Yeah.
making my way around Centralia, trying to find out about the different lands and how they are governed, because I am of noble birth, and eventually I'm going to have to, take over my family's, estate, and I should know these things.
Yeah, absolutely. No, she listens. She's attentive to you. Actually, give me perception checks. Anyone who wants to.
Probably want to.
Oh yeah.
10.
7.
17.
17. Finric, she is listening to Lily, but she's kind of constantly like looking over to you.
Ooh.
And yeah, in that way.
All right.
Well, that is just fascinating. Well, I'm happy. I'm very pleased that you decided to come to my barony, and I could, of course. It sounds like you. Did you describe how you just sort of like came east from the river?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Didn't know necessarily the best way, so just got out of our boat because our boat was experiencing some issues.
Right. That's right. That's the story.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It wasn't boating as well as it could have.
Well, I'd be happy to take some time. Perhaps we could discuss some of the politics here in Alan. Clearly, you haven't been down to Jaquin yet, but I could tell you about the baronies. I could. We of course should have a meal. Did you have your lunch already? So you guys probably got to the farmland. If it's 1 p.m. now, you probably didn't stop because you were sort of getting close, and you probably parted ways without having lunch with Talon. So you guys are probably pretty hungry.
Somebody tried to make us eat squash, so yeah, we could eat.
Oh, you met Rix. Heck of a shot. Anyway, okay, let's have lunch. Lunch? And she sort of like gets up and goes into a back room, and you hear her talking to someone, and she comes back out. I had a late breakfast today, but I could always eat. And yeah, after a while, you sort of retire into a different room where there's a table, and you see some folks setting up. Quite a nice spread. Various meats and cheeses, some fresh vegetables, there's a bowl of apples. And as you guys sit down, she sort of, you're not quite sure how it happened, Finric, but you end up sitting next to her. And she's like, so, well now, have at me. What are your questions?
Well, as the Baroness, what is the kind of, I guess, expertise, or what is your barony especially known for?
Very good question. We handle here a lot of the timber, woodsmiths, some milling work, and provide raw materials for basically all the homes in Aland.
Do you sponsor events here at your keep? It seems to be quite a lovely place to host events.
I do enjoy a good festive event, and yes, we absolutely do. There is a lumberjack sort of festival that takes place just a couple of weeks, actually. We need to finish preparations for that, actually. I should get someone on that. We're a little, we're not as well organized, perhaps, as the other barons and baronesses, but we know how to have fun. And with that, she sort of like gives Finric a wink, side wink.
So do you invite other barons and baronesses to these festivities, or is it really just the people within your area?
Oh no, it's open to everyone. And all the fun barons and baronesses come. Certainly Ruga always attends. Now, Vadri is a bit of an odd one. And of course there's, what is his name? No. Wobley. Oh, he's an odd one too, actually. But,
Wobley? His name's Wobley?
Wobley, yes. Baron Wobley, are you familiar?
Does he live over to the east?
He does, actually. You are familiar. Yes, he's a bit of a... he takes his hunting a little too seriously. But, yeah, no. They're quite festive affairs. I highly recommend you come back in a couple of weeks. We'll, there's a lot of games that go on, axe throwing. There's one where they pick up a very large log and toss it. It's delightful.
This all sounds great. Do you have to be alive to participate?
Excuse me?
That may seem odd, I suppose, but my friend here, Monsieur Bones, is an expert log tosser.
Ah, yes. I didn't want to pry too much. I do have some questions about
He's
your...
lost a lot of weight, and he died from that. So, but we're trying to nurse him back to health.
I see.
Yes. So maybe by the time the games happen, he'll be a little bit better.
And are you the one who made this happen?
No. It just happened. Just bad luck. But I'm trying to help him.
Oh. She sort of like looks again at you, Twizzard, casts a glance over to Finistel. Huh. All right. Well, yeah. I don't think we've ever had a skeleton compete before, but I'm not against it.
Hey! I look at Mr. Bones. I make him look at me and nod.
Well, perhaps we could continue our travels east, and then on our way back, we would make sure that we're here for the Lumberjack Festival, because it does sound like it is a lot of fun.
It's very exciting. Good food, good drink, good events, good friends.
And we'll know how to get here. Just go west.
Well, I suppose that depends on where you are, but yes, certainly.
Okay. Well, so Finric, how did you get to be on this quest with us? You had done something really brave for my father, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I mean, probably. It's honestly, like, you know, I do brave stuff all the time, so it doesn't, like, you know, it just sort of runs together, you know.
Please regale us. I'm very interested.
I mean, something about him riding in on a steed, and something about taking down some goblins.
Oh,
Yeah, you know, there were some goblins that were gonna bother Lily's dad and their party, and you know, I came in and you know, I mean, you know, I don't want to say I like rescued everyone single-handedly, but pretty much. And And yeah, it's actually and my horse. I rode it on my horse, and I've got this great horse. He's a Clyde. He's a Clydesdale.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's really really just a good horse. I miss him kind of a bit because he's not questing with us at the moment. But
I feel like you like bigger creatures. Is that true, Finric?
Sending Stone Lily, and I'm like, you're killing me.
And
I'm
after
just trying to get you a girlfriend.
after that, she sort of like she takes her glass of wine and finishes it and gestures, and someone comes up and refills all the glasses, starting with yours, Finric.
Oh boy.
I guess Lily's gonna try to think of some other things that she can say to make Finric more appetizing to the Baroness.
Yeah, I feel like I'm there.
No, I know. I feel more uncomfortable. Anyone else want to pipe in?
You got any questions, Paelias? If you hadn't noticed, you're at the Baroness's.
We're not all the way east. We're just like halfway east.
We're getting there.
You're almost halfway from her place to the sort of central road that, well, I guess you don't really know, but from what you gather from Talon, it's probably another 10 miles or so to the central road. You're not quite sure exactly.
We checked the compass, and it still points pretty strongly to the east.
And there was some juggling of squashes that happened that you missed.
Oh, squash juggling song.
Made 10 copper.
10 copper. How much did that make?
You made 1 copper.
You were yeah,
I made 9 copper.
Nice. Good deal.
it's just 10% cut.
I don't know why, but just
Squash juggling.
Yeah. It's a finder's fee.
It's
I found
finder's
my
fee
way
for
here.
squash juggling.
good job.
Cool. Well, maybe we should give these two some time to, take a tour or something.
Oh yes, yes.
Oh yes, would you mind showing us your keep?
Of course. Yeah, probably by this point in the conversation, you've sort of, you've all eaten your fill, and you're just sort of chatting at this point. You find a good time to bring it up, and she's like, "Oh, that would be a wonderful idea. Are you all available for a tour?"
I'm busy.
A shame. Finric, are you available for a tour?
Yeah, sure.
Excellent.
Lily's gonna go on the tour, of course.
Okay.
But I think as soon as they're like halfway through, she's gonna be like, "Is there a restroom or a place that I can use the little girl's room?"
Of course, Lily. Right down that hallway to the right. And Mr.
Alright.
Bones, is Mr. Bones going with you, Twizzard, i.e. not on the tour?
Yeah, he's coming with me.
Alright, so after a while, Finistel, follows Lily. So after a while, it's just Paelias, Finric, and the Baroness.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll step out.
What's your how do you step out?
I'm gonna get some air. This has been nice.
He just awkwardly looks at the two and says, "Whoop." Okay.
I'll play myself out.
Alright. Bye, place.
Oh, seems your friends have all deserted you, Finric.
Yeah, So sure, it's a nice place you got here.
Oh, thank you for noticing. And she sort of puts her hand on your arm. You look like you keep yourself quite physically fit.
Yeah, that's true. Dan, you sure are nice.
Oh, Finric, I feel the same about you. Are you
Yeah.
staying the night?
Yeah, but it's a shame we'll have to get going in the morning, but yes, I'd love to stay tonight.
Oh, well, you need to stay here at the keep. I've got guest rooms. I think enough for all of you.
Great.
Then it's settled. And she sort of finishes up the tour and shows you some the back garden, her personal garden. It's really nice. There's flowers. She's like, "Do you like the scent of flowers, Finric?"
Not usually, but these are lovely.
I make my own perfume. Do you smell that? And she sort of leans over toward you.
Yeah, I guess I take like a long lingering, whatever people do.
I feel like she'd have to bend over.
Oh yeah. No, there's
over.
and her sort of, she's got a loose blouse on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things just kind of falling out.
I'm glad you like the scent. I'm trying to perfect it.
I think you got it.
Finric, you're too good. She sort of concludes with this a little bit of an orchard on the very back. Your friends are nowhere to be found basically at this point.
Huh.
And she's sort of do you mind? And she sort of turns and holds out her arm as sort of just just sort of like a walking hand in hand or arm in arm type of thing. All right. She points out the different species of berries and the apple tree. The apples that you had on the table before came from this very orchard. It's not a huge orchard, but it's it's the keep's personal orchard. And you guys sort of meander your way back to the keep. Meanwhile, Twizzard, you were the first to leave. What are you and Mr. Bones doing?
We're looking for the maiden's room. It's got to be a room full of Baroness maidens.
So you're just exploring the keep on your own?
Yes.
All right.
Doing our own tour.
Roll a d20 for me.
Got it. Mr. Bones, show me around this keep. 15.
All right. Yeah, you sort of, you get a few odd glances from various people going about their daily business. Some you get the feeling that they live or work or closely associated with the keep. Some others are sort of doing their business, deliveries, what have you. Basically daily life, but they all seem to they saw you earlier maybe, or maybe they just assume you're supposed to be there. No one really hassles you. You find a couple guest bedrooms. You do find, what do you say, you're 15?
Yeah.
You do find what looks to be a bit of an armory. Not a ton of weapons, but that door is probably locked, but you might have happened to go inside. But yeah, it's a nice keep.
This is quite a nice keep.
Lily, you went to the restroom, and then what did you do?
I probably went back to whatever room had the food or wherever we were hanging out.
Sort of the first sitting area?
Yeah, the one with the slightly more comfortable chairs.
Yep, totally understood. Paelias, how about you? Anything you want to do?
I made it right.
You made it right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then I went to a door.
Uh-huh.
Do you see a door yet?
Yeah, you see a door.
And I opened the door.
It's the kitchen. And there's a person sort of with their hands covered in flour making some bread, and they sort of look over at you. Oh, can I help you, sir?
Well, I was just doing a little tour. Got a little lost.
Well, I could help you. What do you need?
Well, I don't know. I'm just kind of looking around now. So, what are you up to? You need any help with anything? I'm kind of, just
sorry.
killing time.
I couldn't possibly trouble you.
No, I'm happy to.
That's, you could tell, her face, goes scarlet. And she's like, I suppose you could get that jar of dates? And she, points to, a jar over on the shelf.
Yeah. Dates? What are we making?
Date bread?
Love me some date bread.
Oh,
That's cool.
All right.
Could you show me how you make it?
Are you sure the Baroness is not expecting you?
Nah, she's getting into that Finric guy.
All right, then sure. Spend some time with her. Come. She sort of warms up to you now that she knows that you're not you're a guest, but you're not needed right now. She's sort of when you said that about Finric, she made the connection immediately. You get the feeling, and so she teaches you how to make date bread.
Nice.
Yeah.
Skill achieved.
Yeah, skill achieved. Yeah, her name is Betsy.
For a date.
She really, she takes a shine to you.
Sweet.
She does insist that you take off your sort of like, if not gauntlets, at least sort of gloves area. But you know.
Oh yeah, I'll go down to my chainmail.
Oh,
Or
All right.
or slightly less. I don't know. How deep does the chainmail go?
usually the chainmail is underneath your clothes,
Oh
but
boy, just take it all off.
I thought the chainmail was like between the armor and clothes. The chainmail's underneath the clothes.
well, it's
Wait,
under.
what kind of armor do you have?
Aren't I always wearing armor?
Well,
Right,
yes, but do you?
Don't
You don't have.
heavy armor?
Yeah, what kind of do you? Do you have plate? Do you have half plate? Do you have full plate? What do you have? Do you? Do you even have chain?
Whatever adds up to 18.
It would be under your inventory, but it's also not that
Well, you
important.
have the armor, light
Suffice.
armor, medium armor,
What?
and shields.
He can wear that. That doesn't mean that's what he's wearing, though.
No.
Yeah.
It says heavy armor chainmail.
Yeah.
Is that?
Whatever.
That's the chainmail part.
You're wearing some armor. Suffice it to say, you take off enough so you can use your hands.
Yeah, right.
And
And probably my helmet.
yeah. You make yourself comfortable. Sort of put them over in a corner of the kitchen so they don't get like. So they don't make the food messy, or the food doesn't make them messy. You're not sure which is cleaner.
Okay.
On a unused loaf of bread, and then pick it up with your helmet when you leave, so you get a free loaf of bread.
I think she's giving me a loaf of bread anyway, dude.
We have to.
Um,
I mean, yeah.
Any other interactions with Betsy you'd like to role play out?
Yeah, we're making other stuff. We're making more,
Yeah,
I don't know.
you get the date bread in the oven, and she's like, "Well, I was also planning on a stew, a bit of
Ooh.
a sweet and savory, a mix."
Okay. Yeah, what kind of stuff do you want there?
Well, I have some fresh mutton,
Mutton?
some bay leaves. Are you partial to mint?
Oh, I love mint.
Oh, well. I'm sorry. What was your name again?
Paelias is my name.
And you're part of a group visiting.
It's the Atam.
Is your group staying the night?
I believe we are. Yeah, we're staying over tonight, but I have to leave early in the morning.
Oh my. All right. Well, thank you for the heads up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know that well. I hope we don't put you out.
No. I've put together feasts and on shorter notice from less. Don't worry, we'll be fine.
Well, I'm happy to lend a hand for whatever you need.
All right, so Paelias and Betsy go to work on the dinner. Twizzard and Mr. Bones, you sort of meander your way back, and you enter the room that Lily and Finistel are sort of like just chillaxing in.
Yeah, we're talking about girl stuff,
Yeah.
like kicking ass and taking names.
Alright, so I walk in and I say, "Girl stuff, huh? Maybe be interested in this." And I lunge forward and I do a double bicep flex and I cast prestidigitation to make it a ripping sound. So it seems like my flex is so huge it's ripping my shirt that I'm not wearing.
Mr. Twizzard, did you just rip your pants?
I think you did.
Only my upper body.
But it sounded as though your pants just ripped. You're not wearing any other clothes.
Well, I do a quick spin around. You can see there's no holes. There's no problem.
As you spin around, you some purple sparkles sort of like flow off your pants, courtesy of Finistel.
These are special pants.
Wow, Twizzard, you've outdone yourself. Did you do some reconnaissance of our host's keep?
Sure did. Got a lot of important intel.
Such as?
Found out there are some people in the courtyard I walked through, and one room may have armor and swords in it, and there are some hallways.
Wow, that's just top-notch detective work.
And we found where the bathroom was.
I have not found that yet.
Way more useful than the things you have found so far.
My bathroom is outside.
Where? Oh my, that's no. Please don't do that. We're among civilized people, Twizzard.
I mean, yours is just a hole in the floor that goes outside the castle wall.
It's a very nice commode.
I'll have to check it out later.
Anyway, where's Paelias and Finric? What are we like? Are we staying the night here? What are we doing?
I don't know. Let's sending stone.
Got that feeling we are.
I think I heard that in one of the other narratives.
What was that?
I heard that in one of the other narratives.
Yeah, you split the party 3 ways. All right, so you guys are sort of hanging out. Eventually, like Paelias, you come in and you're like, you've got like an apron on that Betsy gave you at one point, and you
Nice.
like walk in. You're like, well, we have a few hours, and or no, I don't know what you say. Betsy has told. Sorry, what the hell just happened to me?
Armor looks good.
Paelias, Betsy has informed you that you have a few hours, 2 hours until dinner, but not to be late. And then she sort of sent you on your way, but forgot to take the apron. So you walk into the room wearing this apron.
Okay, I'll just say 2 hours till dinner, everyone.
Elias, are you working here now?
Oh yeah, I'm learning some skills. I'm upping my cooking skills.
Okay.
We're making some stew, which is quite savory, and got a little bit of mint.
Oh, I hate mint. Paelias, says Finistel.
Mint in a stew.
Uh-oh.
Well, we also have some date bread.
That does sound good.
Is that because Finric and the Baroness are going on a date?
Oh.
Is that what's happening?
Wasn't up to me.
Finistel's unless Lily and Finistel were talking about that. Finistel would have been clueless at first, but maybe.
Oh, I'm sure that Lily would have been
All right.
talking about that with the girl stuff.
Got it. Fair enough.
Gossipy. Like, oh my god, did you see how the Baroness was looking at Finric? Like, she's totally into him.
I did not notice that. Are you sure?
Oh my god, yeah! Like, that's why I went to the bathroom, so they could have some time alone.
Oh. Yeah, you didn't take very long. Huh.
No, I don't have to go.
All right. So you guys have about a couple hours. You're not sure where Finric is. What do you want to do?
I have an announcement I need to make. So, since we're probably staying the night, and we didn't really have any plans for tonight, I'm just throwing this out there. Don't take this the wrong way, but if anyone can scrounge up a couple of dead bodies, tell me where they are, I can promise a good time. That's all I'm gonna say.
A couple?
Don't go making any. Yeah, a couple. I could use a couple, but I'm just gonna throw that out there. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But if you just happen to stumble across a bunch, just let me know. I'll promise a good time. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. Let's have a good day.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea, Mr. Twizzard.
No, it's a good idea.
We're going to be coming back in a couple weeks. Maybe we should not do that and
No, don't worry.
wear out our welcome before our welcome has even been.
This will only improve our welcome.
Why don't you just fireball the place?
I don't want to make dead bodies.
Don't give him ideas, Paelias, even in jest.
They don't have to be fresh. I'm just gonna throw that out.
What can you do with dead people that you can't do with live people?
I'm just gonna stop at that. Just
Most, I can't believe I'm even saying this, but most baronies would have a plot of land designated for their dead.
Ooh.
No, let's not desecrate more graves.
What is
You already
it
did that
desecration?
to my own great uncle or something like that.
I didn't do it.
I
Servants
did get
it.
this cool cutlass, but really, was it necessary?
Are you guys gonna go out and do anything in these 2 hours, or are you just gonna sort of chill there? There is a sort of game like Mancala and another game played on a grid with sort of these flat stones in the room if you wanted to while away your time there, or you could go outside the keep and explore a little.
Why don't we take a look at the board game with the grids?
Did you say tack a look?
Tack a look. You You picked up what I was putting down. Give me. So the three of you and Finistel, give me history checks. Let's see if you have. Oh, actually, yeah. Finistel's familiar with the game. She could teach you.
Oh, I am like a pro at it. I'm a 26.
Oh, damn. Yeah, Finistel like thinks she's all gonna be like teaching you / beating you, and yeah, you definitely win. It's good.
I totally hustled her.
Amazing.
I rolled a 12. Mr. Bones rolled a 23.
Mr.
Wow.
Bones.
Damn, Bones.
Yeah, Mr. Bones is going up against Paelias. What'd you get?
12.
Yeah, and Mr. Bones is just seemingly moving pieces at random, but like every once in a while, Finistel and Lily look over, and you're like, "That's a good move, Bones."
I wonder what strategy that is. I don't know it.
All right.
Awesome
Meanwhile,
game in the Bones world.
Finric, you are now sitting by a little bit of a stream that runs along the eastern edge of the the Baroness's sort of her land. You've walked quite a bit off to the side. It's very pleasant. She's very pleasant. She's a good conversationalist. You sort of are sitting on this bench, sort of now gazing across the sort of the garden area, and she turns towards you. So Finric, I haven't heard much about your travels. I know that you're associated with Lily, and you know it's very nice of you. You've saved her father on many occasions, I gather. But what are you searching for, Finric?
Well, you know, when I started to become a monk and started my journey to be the monk of the Cobalt Soul, I think I, like many monks, wanted to saw a world around us that lacked justice and thought that we could be a small part of sort of bringing some justice back into the world. And you know, that sort of, I think, was my focus for a long time. And as I sort of have gotten older and, you know, gotten more in my training, I think, you know, I've gotten further along in my training. I think I've become more interested in just seeing the world and exploring, and, you know, as the opportunities for adventure or opportunities to, you know, try to bring balance or justice, if they present themselves, then that's great. But I don't think that's my prime focus anymore. I think I'm just here more for the journey.
More for the journey. I like that. I like you, Finric. Are your travels where are you going next?
Well, we're journeying east, and I think we're gonna travel across most of the land. After that, we'll be closer to North Gorson than I've been in many years. That's where that's where I trained originally, so I'll probably visit there. And then I'm not sure.
We have had some the great road that runs through the center of Aland. I sometimes visit it. It is on the border of my barony, and I see many caravans there, of course. And I have seen a few groups wearing similar colors to you. Is that symbolic of your, what was it, the Cobalt Soul?
The Cobalt Soul, yes. Huh.
Well,
That's interesting. I didn't realize people from that order had much of a presence here.
Oh, well, I wouldn't say much of a presence. I've probably only seen them once or perhaps twice. But it is a major trade route. But, well, now where has the time gone?
Look at us talking about trade routes.
It's very pleasant talking to you, Finric.
Likewise.
You'll, of course, stay for dinner.
Oh, of course.
And did we already discuss how you're staying the night, right?
Of course.
Of course. But we'll see where things lead. I mean, in your life. Later. I suppose we should head back.
Let's go.
All right. All right, if we must. He sort of stands up, and you guys meander your way back. All right. They eventually you get back to the Baron, the keep, and you sort of go in through a back door that she has the key to. And she said, I wonder what have your friends been doing?
Probably getting into a medium amount of trouble.
It sounds like the proper amount, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And you guys sort of make your way back to that sitting room, and you enter, and you guys are sort of deep in the heart of some games. And like, wonderful, we're all here. Oh, I should see about dinner. Oh, Betsy's gonna kill me. I didn't tell her.
Oh, I let her know.
Paelias, thank you.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, I helped her out a little bit.
Are you wearing one of her aprons?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I should actually get back and see if she needs me.
You don't need to. Oh, well, all right.
Oh, it's okay. I'm happy to help.
Hey, she sort of like lounges back in a chair. All right, so you guys while away a little more time. Have a wonderful meal. Paelias, what all is in the meal?
What's in the meal?
Well, there's the stew and the date bread. Is there any other aspects that you and Betsy have prepared?
Oh yeah. I mean, there's the main course. The stew and the date bread are just appetizers.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh yeah. The stew's pretty hearty, so it's a decent appetizer, but it's still just an initial.
Mm-hmm.
But the main course is some kind of meat. There's a proper meat they like out here.
Yeah.
Famous in the area.
Of course. Pheasant.
Pheasant. Ooh, pheasant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You each have your own pheasant.
With a cranberry glaze and
amazing.
A nice little red wine kind of vinaigrette.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we've got some potato for a side, sweet or regular, and and then there'll be dessert coming up in at the end.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a d20 at advantage.
Okay. 17. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, and then advantage. 15.
15?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No, it's a good meal. Solid meal.
Nice.
Yeah. No, and Betsy's very appreciative of your help.
Oh yeah. No problem.
All right. The meal is drawing to a close. The Baroness gets out this sort of thick, honeyed cordial and passes glasses around, and you all. She sort of like pauses in front of Mr. Bones, and she's like. She looks to Twizzard. She looks to Bones. Does he drink?
He'll have some milk. Don't do it. You just get milk on the floor.
But yeah, you all have a honeyed cordial now, and you retire to the sitting room that you were in before. You're sort of just lounging around. So, what should we do for entertainment?
Oh, if only Agnes was here, she could play her lute.
Oh, is that a friend of yours, Lily?
Yeah, she's kind of like my big sister, even though I'm technically a big sister myself.
Oh, wow. Well, so Agnes is a friend, not an actual. And then you have a younger sister yourself?
Yeah, so my younger sister is Sarah, and Agnes just happens to be somebody that we met up with in Wesleyville, and she kind of, took me and my little sister under her wing when we were doing a long travel, and she actually helped protect us from some goblins, so she's pretty cool.
Sounds like you've led an exciting life already.
Oh yeah, she's one of the reasons why I decided to become a fighter instead of just a noble.
Oh. And do you also have political aspirations, as it were?
No, not in particular. If I have to take over my parents' estate, that's one thing. But I want to still adventure when I can.
I see. And Finric and I had a long discussion about his background. Paelias, how about you? What are you interested in?
I'm interested in, my background is, I'm a high elf cleric, so I'm pretty, into, the power of, prayer and healing and, spiritual centerness. So I commune with my, deity, pretty regularly and try to figure out my way in the world and philosophize and look for ways to improve.
Wow, Baron Ruga would really enjoy talking to you. Huh.
Oh, okay.
Which deity did you say you follow?
Mistra?
I'm not familiar.
Goddess of mysteries? I forget. But yeah.
Magic.
Magic, that's it, yeah. So yeah, she's
Arcane.
wait, are we not supposed to say that here?
I mean, you said it.
Oh. Yeah, mysteries. Goddess of mysteries.
Fascinating. Can you really commune with this deity?
Well, it's similar to, yeah, can you explain it from a monk perspective?
No, go for it, Paelias. You were doing a great job.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna jump in there. Yeah,
Just a look
so
back and forth.
it's really more of a. Have you ever meditated?
I don't think I have.
Well, it's really a refined process. It's difficult at first, but once you get the hang of it, you kind of find this center in yourself, and you see yourself going to a place that is outside of your own body, and a place that elicits emotions, and you allow yourself to, kind of go into that place and explore it, and at that point, you perceive what's around you, and you allow, other spiritual beings to communicate with you. And, how much of that is internal and how much of it is external is hard to say, but I find it extremely developing, in my own character and really healing for myself.
Is this something we could try tonight? I admit
Sure.
I'm more active, but perhaps some meditation could be
Sure.
good.
Yeah, we could do some beginner meditation. That would be great.
Oh, please. Would everyone else be okay with that? She sort of looks around the group.
Sure.
Sure.
Lead
Try
us, Paelias.
All right. Well, let's set the mood. So we want to, darken the atmosphere a little bit. Maybe turn down the lights. Maybe get some candles going.
Yeah. You sort of there's some candles, and she helps you. The room is you darken it a little.
Great. All right. Why don't we sit in a circle or so, and give yourself enough space to allow yourself to feel like there's really no one around you, but close enough to know that you're in a group and protected and in a safe place.
All right. So do you guys all do this? You all sit down in a circle.
Lily is definitely rolling her eyes, and she excuses herself to go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. Lily's peacing out. Where is Lily?
I'll sit down and Mr. Bones will sit down.
Okay.
Oh, I'd love to see Mr. Bones get there.
All right.
I've never tried it with a skeleton.
But yet you've used his femur for all of your communing.
I guess that's fair. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, Mr. Bones, would you sit in the middle?
Oh no.
I don't think he's going to do it unless Twizzard says it.
Wizard.
Look, don't I have a spare femur?
No, I'm not gonna take his femur. We're gonna use the whole piece of him this time.
Alright. Bones in the middle.
All right.
All right. So first thing you want to do is you want to close your eyes and allow yourself to be in a relaxed position, and you just start by noticing your own breathing. So you allow yourself to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and you just kind of do this for a few minutes until you kind of allow your thoughts to kind of wander, escape, and allow yourself to imagine yourself floating above your own body.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
How's everybody doing?
So you guys close your eyes and start this breathing exercise. Let's flash over to Lily for a second. Are you actually going to the bathroom this time, or are you doing something else?
I probably just left the room and I'm outside like.
Smoking a cigarette.
I was smoking a cigarette.
Oh,
Just-
Lily. They started me out.
Because I wasn't into like the meditating stuff for the water people.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm into meditating at
Yeah.
all. So I'm just like, yeah, no, leave me out of this. So I probably just take a walk. Maybe I leave the building and just take a walk.
Yeah. It's the sun is set a little while ago. It's a very pleasant night. Maybe a little on the chill side, but not too bad. You see some people milling around, maybe going back from
My
it.
long scarf around me.
Yeah. All right. Just enjoying the night. So the rest of you are sort of sitting in a circle, breathing deeply, being conscious of your breath. And Finric, you feel some fingers walking up your leg.
Man, I feel like I really went somewhere for a minute.
Everyone's got their eyes closed and are breathing deeply.
I suppose
They start to retreat a little bit.
I make a audible but not distractingly loud exhale.
All right.
Oh, nice. Finric's really into it. Good for you.
What did he do?
He exhaled.
No, exhale.
That's sexy.
You feel the hand remove itself, and then you feel it come back on the small of your back, and sort of like start caressing the small of your back. Paelias, anything? Is there another part? The next part?
Yeah, sure. That was the first step. So everyone feel relaxed and just kind of calm in your own area.
I admit this feels wonderful, she says.
Oh, good. Yeah, okay. So then next step, I'm gonna what is my spell? Is it commune or something?
I mean, that is a spell.
Yeah. So and then I'm just gonna say it kind of like under my breath kind of spell, and then we'll see what happens here. Is it commune? I can't find it.
Commune is the name of one of your spells. Is that the one you're looking for? The one that lets you ask 3 questions, or?
Yeah. Or anything that gets me in contact. Is there another one other than commune?
I thought
Divinity?
once a day you could talk with her.
Yeah. Once a day, right? What's that one?
Isn't that just one of your?
Well, yeah. Are you talking like the features and traits? So commune is a 5th level spell.
Well, no, let's do something that kind of really bites here. So, commune sounds like it could, it would get their attention too somehow, right? Would it do anything to them?
That's a good question. I mean, are you want Mistra to create a palpable effect in the room?
Okay, here, I'll do this instead.
Maybe, sorry, maybe I'm not understanding.
Well, I don't really know what I'm doing yet. So, we'll do. So then I'll say, okay. Now imagine yourself by a stream, and then can you hear the running water and the rustling of the trees and the wind pushing the leaves back and forth?
I lightly cast Gust.
Ah, there you go. Nice, awesome. And then I'm gonna cast it's what is my thing? Command. No,
All right.
that's not it. No, it was the thing. The thaumaturgy. Oh, I don't know if I have it.
Thaumaturgy. Yeah,
Yeah.
You might not.
I might have gotten rid of it.
Yeah, that would have been a cantrip.
Right. Yeah. I think I got rid of it. Shoot.
All right. Well, there is a slight motion of air as Twizzard casts Gust under his breath, and
While he's checking his spells.
Why don't I bless? Can I bless them? Will they feel something if I bless them?
absolutely, yeah, they feel a little, yeah.
Yeah. Let's bless the 3 creatures of my choice.
Okay.
So the 2 not in our group, and then I don't know. I guess Finric, you could use some blessing.
Nice.
All right.
And then I'll say, okay. Now imagine yourself lighter. Imagine yourself feeling light as air, and as if you're floating.
All right.
And then I cast it.
Oh yeah. You hear an audible gasp from the Baroness Croft.
Nice.
Is her hand still anywhere?
When he was talking about the wind blowing through the trees, she was sort of playing with the back of your, like the hair that sticks out from under your helmet, I guess. And then, but yeah, with the actual casting of Blesh, it like sort of takes her by surprise. She was kind of just using this as a moment to get close to you, but like when she actually like feels something arcane and magical, she's like, yeah, the hand actually retreats when that happens, and she makes an audible gasp.
Gotcha.
Can I open my eye and see if everyone else's eyes are closed?
Sure. Give me a. Are you trying to not be noticed when you do this?
Yes.
So give me a stealth check. So you're peeking out.
Oh, my thumb is actually pretty good. Excellent. I rolled a 5.
And if anyone has their eyes open, roll a deception check, and it'll be opposed to his stealth.
Good luck beating my stealth.
Does anyone actually have their eyes open? Actually, hold on. What was yours?
5.
Yeah, you don't see anyone with eyes open, to your knowledge.
Coast is clear. All right, I'm casting Mage Hand, and I'm having it. What's her name? Baron. I'm having
Baroness.
having it tickle the Baroness on Finric's side. And then I'm just
Where?
What?
Tickle
Just
her where?
on the side of her neck.
On the side of her neck.
And I dismiss it.
Okay. You hear another audible gasp.
Okay, and then I'm going to say, okay, now imagine you're walking up to the river, and you're looking into the water, and you see your reflection, and there's a gust of wind, and the water splashes you in the face. And then I'm going to do the control water. Is there like a jug of water or something nearby?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you guys had some.
Yeah.
There was water with the meal, but there's also just like sort of on the side.
Some drinks or whatever, yeah.
There's a pitcher,
And I'm
yeah.
just going to control water to kind of just like spurt a little bit in their faces.
Wow, this is a full show.
All right. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I could cause like a flood or a whirlpool, but I'm just gonna like spray, I guess.
just a fine mist.
Yeah, fine mist.
All right. Does anyone else? Yeah, you all feel this mist. Does anyone? You're just all in the zone.
Auto zone.
Totally.
Maybe I cast Gust to help disperse the water. Feel like it's a breezy water.
All right. Amazing. All right.
If someone's constantly spitting on your face.
Yeah. And then, can you feel that?
I can.
You're getting wet.
The hand goes back to Finric's back.
Oh, that's great.
And then, okay, so yeah, I guess we can, maybe I'll just commune real quick and see what happens.
Okay.
Since we're here, we got the bone.
All right. You can ask your questions.
All right, so 3, what are they, yes or no?
What to do in your likelihood of success in the future.
Yeah, 3 answers that 3 questions. Oh no, this is the level 5 one, so it can be more than that. 3 questions that can be answered with a yes or no. You must ask your questions before the spell ends. You receive a correct answer for each question.
Okay. Are Finric and the Baroness gonna hook up tonight?
So, are you saying these questions out loud?
Well, do I have to?
Yes.
Maybe you can.
All right. So,
You could ask them in a different language, perhaps.
Why don't I say this? So before I do the spell, I'll just say, and now we can see who we can communicate with the spirits around us, and have them help us, guide us in our direction.
Okay.
And then I'll ask. Let's see. I'll ask. Will there be a true connection tonight between this group of outsiders and these warm, welcome people who welcomed us?
Finric, what are your thoughts right now? I'm gonna let you answer this through Mistra.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you get the feeling that the answer is yes. And I guess normally it's indicated by the direction of the femur, right? I believe that's how we've done it in the past.
Oh, does the femur move?
Yeah. So Mr. Bones, who's like lying in the center, his femur starts to like twitch and sort of like points to a direction that Paelias you would know is yes.
Oh, and then I'm like, yes. They say yes. Ah, excellent, excellent.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, the sort of like the bone noise, like sort of like that's an audible version of it.
Is Betsy listening in?
Is Betsy listening in? No, Betsy is not listening in.
Anybody else have any questions they want me to ask?
You open that up to the crowd?
I'll sending stone it.
Oh, okay.
When I say Baroness, is there anything else you'd like Paelias to ask?
Let me think about this a minute. What would she want to know?
I mean, you've got 3 questions. One of them, do you want to find out about Forrest?
Should we come back for the lumberjack competition?
What is it?
It's not a good question. Should we come back for the lumberjack competition?
Oh. I mean, that's obviously yes. Why wouldn't we, right?
When you ask that, Finric, she replies, "No, I couldn't possibly."
Oh no, I insist.
Well, I've never done this before.
Anything your heart desires just has to be yes or no.
Are the sea's waters calm in the winter? And Paelias, you get a yes to that.
Oh, okay. That's a yes.
Oh. Who's
My
next?
sending stone. What a weird question.
Or something.
Right?
Which seas?
Yeah, seriously. But she like I feel like there was more to that. All right. So then how about do we want to ask are we going in the right direction to find what we're looking for? Is that specific and vague enough?
How about, is there another Falrith after this one?
I mean, we haven't even said why we're going there, right?
No.
As far as she knows, you're like leading Lily around, like you're just like her entourage, basically.
We're just learning about the lands. And the
Yeah. So how about are we heading in the direction to best achieve our goal?
You get a yes.
polar
All
bear.
right. That's enough. That's all we needed.
All right. And
Sounds like we're on the right path. 3 yeses. That's a good night.
and with that, you sort of end the group meditation. Everyone sort of blinks their eyes and looks around. Finishdell gives Mr. Twizzard the side eyes. And then sort of you guys were sitting in a circle for this, right? Were you like sitting on the ground in a circle, or this? Yeah.
Yeah. Ground.
So you sort of stand up and it's like, well, Paelias, I can truly say that was unlike anything I'd ever done before. Thank you.
Well, there you go.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, I should be showing you all to your rooms. Betsy, and Betsy sort of pokes her head in. Can we show our guests to their rooms? And she nods, and so you guys sort of make your rounds. As sort of Betsy leads you out of the room, she sort of hangs back a little and sort of puts her arm or her hand on Finric's arm to sort of indicate that you should hang back too. And she's like, Finric, I was wondering, would you care to stay up with me a little later? Perhaps tell me some more stories of your homeland?
Sounds good to me.
Stay right here. I'll be back. And she sort of goes out, and between Betsy and another one of the servants who comes up, you guys each get your own room. But you do notice that Finric's not with you, and after a moment, you're like, "Wait, Baroness isn't with us either." But
Well, neither is Lily.
oh shit!
We're walking.
Lily's gonna come back shortly.
I don't think no one notices that, or at least, sorry, let me clarify: the Baroness and the people leading you to the rooms don't notice that. So let's see. How long were you walking for? How long were you walking for?
Maybe, I took a walk around the keep. Maybe I saw the orchard or whatever in the stream, and I was like, oh, this is nice. And I probably went back when I thought that enough time had passed that I wouldn't have to actually go back into the room.
Yeah.
But maybe I poke my head in and I see that it's just Finric in there. And I'm like, dude.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, you poke your head in. Finric, what are you doing when Lily pokes her head in?
Wow. So I leave, but I sending stone. I'm like, where did everyone go?
To bed. Go to bed.
Okay, have fun. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
And just as that sending stone message is
No
ending,
promises.
just as that sending stone message is ending, she comes in and she's like, there's a very comfortable seating in my own room. Should we retire there, perhaps?
I just go in for a kiss.
Ah,
Yeah.
All right.
Don't
Do
leave
it.
me on the bush.
It's well received.
Nice.
Great. So we make our way over to our room.
All right. Lily, they make their way. Lily, by the way, you're just like where do I go? But there's probably Betsy or a servant you could flag down and find a room. All right. I think that's where we'll end that night. What time is it? How are you guys? Are you guys good to keep going, or should we end that? Should we end there?
I would be fine with ending here, but if you guys want to keep going, Lily can sleep in a bit, or just go along with what other people are doing.
I think let's call it. Let's call it there. Let's call it a session. As the night fully sets in, the sounds of the keep far off in the quiet of the night, the rooms that sort of have windows on that side, you can hear the stream off in the distance. There's a little bit of wind that picks up, and there are people in rooms, some together. And
Come back in 2 weeks to find out what happens.
Yeah, we could leave it at that for now. Yeah, exactly. All right. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. And we'll see you next time on BND Live.